accelerate to a stop, wait, cast. Okay, that is so important, and it's so easy. Fly casting is very easy. In this video, I'm going to give new fly casters a few very simple tips that will cut your learning curve in half and have you on the water casting your fly and catching fish in no time. This is a beginner fly casting video. What you just saw there is one of the first things very important when you're learning to fly cast, and that is this. There must be no slack in your line with your rod stretched out down low before you start the first cast. That is critical. That's number one. When we move our fly rod back, we start to lift it up. That fly has got to move. That line has got to come to us. If we have a whole bunch of slack and it looks like that, okay. If your line has a bunch of squiggles in it and you try to start your cast, when you move your rod, your fly is not going to move. Now when I move this rod up to make a cast, look at, nothing happens. All I am is getting the slack out, and the fly line is not going to go behind me to make the cast. So first and foremost, zero slack with your rod stretched out down on the water. Okay, here's another thing you need to know. The fly line has two parts. It has the skinny part, which is called your running line, and then it has your fat part in this line, Rio single hand spay line. The skinny part, fortunately, is green and the fat part is yellow. So it's important that you reel the fat part of your line to the tip of your rod. Okay, so this is my rod tip. This is my running line. I'm going to bring it in so my fat fly line shooting, or it's not a shooting head, but the head of the fly line, the fat part, is right up here. That makes it easy for you. And if you're just brand new starting out, pull about half of the fat part inside the guides, so you're just casting half of the fly line or a third of it just to get the idea. Okay, that's my second tip. Okay. So here's the third important thing. Once you are getting ready to cast, you have, let's say, 15 feet of fly line plus your leader and your fly on the water. It has to be straight and tight. Can you see that? It has to be like this, straight and tight. No slack in between the tip of the rod and the water. Okay? So then, the third most important thing, and this is where I had to learn the hard way, but is once you make your back cast, you do it smooth and accelerate to the stop, and then you wait in this position right here until your fly line is all the way behind you, straightened out like it is when you start your forward cast, only in the air. If you try to cast before your fly line is straightened out behind you and even tugging on your rod a little bit, if you try to cast beforehand, the cast fails. You go like this. See, you make a windshield wiper motion and you don't cast the fly. So you start out with no slack, accelerate to a stop at this position, and then wait, and then forward cast. You wait and stop right here, forward cast. That is going to help you more than anything, and you can even watch it. You can cast like this. Wait, cast. Wait, cast. you have to wait and stop right here, cast. Accelerate to a stop, wait, cast. Accelerate to a stop, wait, cast. Okay, that is so important, and it's so easy. Fly casting is very easy. And then, last but not least, accelerating to a stop when you back cast and forward cast. It's very simple. You don't, if you're going to try to cast far, you don't back cast and then hit it as hard as you can. You back cast, stop, wait, forward cast, stop, stop the rod, and let the line shoot off of it. And I'm going to show you a couple things about the forward cast. One of the things you have to do is that when you cast, you got to keep your rod tip in a straight path. Obviously, you don't want to go, do a bunch of squiggles when you're casting. It's got to be straight. An acceleration to a crisp stop back here, and then an acceleration to a crisp stop at about that angle. Back, wait, forward, wait. Okay, here's another example of the forward cast with a paintbrush and some water. We accelerate to a hard stop. That's all you do. The longer the line, the longer your stroke. Okay, that's with a one-handed rod. With a two-handed rod, you do it like this. Okay? Accelerate to a hard stop with a wide angle. That's a forward cast.
I stopped with the broomstick a little too vertical, but that's the basic idea.
When you forward cast, think of it like this. Okay? You flip that water right off your fingers. Same with the back cast. Flip the water off your finger and then flip it forward. Those three things and boom, you're casting.